What's going on, YouTube? V here. So, I went to nationals and I had a great time. And one very interesting thing I did when I went to nationals is there was people playing over there on the table. You know, they were playing in the feature match, and I walked over and the Konami employees had button shirts. Okay, everyone else had regular Konami shirts. So I walked up to, I found an individual. I think I'm gonna give his name. I'm a nice guy. And I walked up and started asking him questions. And normally Konami employees ignore you. They don't really talk to people. They try to run everything. They're pretty busy, actually. But this guy has some downtime, or girl, has some downtime. And I managed to walk over and ask a bunch of questions. And luckily, they answered, this individual, girl, answered all these questions. And it was really nice. They were, very nice, very cordial, really straight up with the answers. You could tell this person knew a lot about what was happening. Either A, asked questions themselves, or B, was given the answers to himself by other individuals who work at Konami. Konami's not big in the Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't know that. Well, I kind of did, but then the actual number of employees that work for Konami aren't in the hundreds. They don't have a huge corporate building filled with hundreds of staff members. No, not really. I actually wrote down the questions afterwards on my iPad, and I'm gonna give over the questions with you guys and talk about them with you guys and go over what this person said. And this actually, honestly, this changed my mind a lot about the way I view Konami, in a good way. I always wonder, one of the main, I think, reasons everyone has with this company is the lack of communication. The tremendous lack of communication Konami has with its player base. Now, you could listen to what I say and say whatever, if he's lying. You can listen to what I say and say, wow, very interesting. But I actually went and talked to this person, and I got a lot of great answers. And some answers you may not like to hear, but if you understand it from a business perspective, you can at least go, at least we have an answer for this. And I think that's something that's really cool. And I wish Konami extended that kind of olive branch and gave us an answer for a lot of these questions. I wish I had more time to ask more. I kept asking questions and he kept answering questions. So I asked her, why don't Konami endorse YouTubers? My number one question, right at the back. I said, why does Konami endorse YouTubers, work with YouTubers? We see it happen in the Magic Gathering community. Wizards of the Coast works with their content creators. And for the most part, the content creators and Wizards of the Coast have a kind of symbiotic relationship in which Wizards of the Coast will give product to these creators that don't come out yet. The creators will feature the product. Everything works out great. And he gave me a lot. Number one, he said that Konami TCG looks at all the YouTubers, and for the most part, they don't like any. They don't like any they feel that can represent their brand, and that took me back a bit. I was like, that makes really good sense. There's not many YouTubers that I think that fully will work with Konami, that represents Konami's ideas and works within a very small parameter of what Konami has to say. Another thing I was told by this individual was the YouTuber would have to sell out, basically become a mouthpiece. Basically, Konami says you need to say this, don't say this, you have to say this, and that's it. Make the video. And the content creator would have to. And it was explained to me that there would be nothing in it for the content creator. And I was like, of course, I retorted. I said, wait a minute. It's pretty cool knowing, if you're a content creator and everyone, for all the community, you know, hey, you work with Konami as far as information and you're handing information out. That's pretty cool. That will help you out. You'll gain subscribers. People want to know about you, your channel, your content, any other content you make in the future for your YouTube channel. There is some merit. And he hit me back with it again. He said, yes, but they have to sell out. And once again, it's not that there's not YouTubers who would sell out. It's knowing that people would break so easily, or people would sacrifice what they do as a hobby to sell out. That is what Konami actually does not want to happen. They just don't. Once again, they don't find a YouTuber that they feel they're comfortable with enough that they can do this. Question number 2. And this is a big one for me. I go, why is there a lack of communication with the player base? Konami has a Twitter, they have a Facebook, I think, YouTube channel, Twitch, their own website, their own blog. Why is there such a huge lack of communication from Konami and their player base? It's something that creates a lot of tension, creates a lot of animosity. Players always flip out. Then speculation, which just becomes bad news, and there's rumors. It's just never good because Konami doesn't give us all the information we need as players. And I was given a couple of things. One, working at Konami, she said that she would have to get approval from the higher ups, Konami OCG, and this person wanted to do a video series when links were first rolled out about links and how links can help the player base. And let me explain links list, let me explain what code linking is, let me explain Master Rule 4, all this stuff. They wanted to do it, they was ready to do it, they would have did it on their own time. They just wanted to give this out to the player base so we can have this instead of Googling link this, link that, talking to each other, bringing out, eventually coming to our own conclusions about links, and then maybe go to regions and find out it's not that way or whatever. And unfortunately that idea was shot down. It took about a week from, hey, I got an idea, to the idea finally being shot down from Konami OCG. There's also Konami TCG in the office, and that's another thing that gets brought up, but that's a whole different thing about, you know, people arguing whether it's good or not, or good or bad for the community. Konami gets a lot of negative attention, a lot of negative slack, and unfortunately, no matter what news they bring out, they get a negative slack for it. And I agree with that. I feel kind of bad when I heard that. I felt really bad when I heard that because I totally understand where they're coming from, and I felt like saying sorry because I felt like I was a part of that, and I really did feel bad for when that was explained to me. The community is toxic. The community is very toxic, and no matter what information is brought out, from Konami, it would people would flip out and throw fits and yell and scream. And I normally I had like little debates, so going back and forth. I had nothing to say when he said this. I said, you're right. Unfortunately, the community, no matter what information you bring out, you're going to get a bad response from. The only thing I could say was, and I'm dead serious by the way, the only thing I could say is, well, some information is better than no information. Because no information leads to speculation, which leads to rumors, which leads to bad news, and leads to unhappy players, aka customers. But this person said that Konami made the decision to limit that amount of communication, to limit the amount of toxicity. Everybody's going good right now. Everybody's quiet right now. Good. Let's not mention nothing, because if we mention anything, it's gonna be bad, no matter what we mention. Unless it's a new card. They love mentioning new cards. And the last thing is slander. Whether it's on YouTube, it's Pojo, all over. People saying something Konami said. People changing it over, saying, fuck, look what Konami did. And then everyone sending emails to Konami, hate emails, about things that are incorrect. He actually told me about a story where she was in a desk and she was working. And what happened was, she just got a hate email, looks over to the guy, about, you know, another desk over, and says, hey, is this really happening? And the guy goes, here's the paperwork. No, it's not. That fast. And then she got about 10 more emails about the same thing. So there's a lot of, once again, misinformation, a lot of slander, and Konami knows about this. And I feel, you know, it sucks. I kind of feel, like I said, I feel involved, and I kind of feel bad about this. Normally, I'm the first to point at Konami and go, look what you did wrong. But in this instance, they're right. Another one is, why is the lack of live streams? I think that's my first question, actually. I talked to her when I first walked up to her. I said, why is there a lack of live streams? Why? Why we get like nothing? And she explained it perfectly. She said, well, the live stream setup it costs money, but it's not the biggest budget. You see, live streaming at a convention means Konami has to bring their own internet and pay for their own internet, their own routers for the weekend. And how much do you think it will cost? How much do you really think? I'm gonna give you the answer. It's $50,000 for the router, for the internet. That's why whenever time there's a glitch in the internet, you would see, if you ever saw a live stream event physically, you'll see Konami reps run over to the screen, run over. They get pissed because they spent $50,000 to live stream that event to you guys for the weekend. That's not including everything, any other cost. We're not talking about setup. We're not talking about a crew being hired. We're not talking about running the event. We're not talking about the convention center. We're not talking about everything else. We're just talking about the internet. It's $50,000. And that made a lot of sense to me. And I was like, wow. You can't use the Wi-Fi at the convention center. It's just not strong enough for the whole setup. It's just not strong enough. You can make a jankier setup, I guess. But Konami is a corporation. They don't. It's best or nothing. And once again, I understand it and I got it. So even though I love live streams, I love watching live streams. The fact that Konami doesn't have the next event they will have a live stream, I get it. It costs too much money. It's not cost effective. Konami's not really turning a profit. They're just losing money, and businesses are not meant to lose money. So in order to keep the game going, yeah, I guess we have to not have live streams. Okay, $50,000. Nah, I'm good. That answers my question about live streams that fast. Another question I asked was, Konami know about YouTubers? Do they know the vast majority of content creators that make videos? At this point, this person started talking, and I just had to go, wait, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Just want to throw it out there. Just want to, in case there's a video that I might see about this conversation. I am a YouTuber. Just want, and they're like, okay, that's fine. People make YouTube, and once again, this is how it was explained to me from Konami. This is the answer I was given. People make YouTube videos all the time, and some Konami's okay with, and some are just outright abuses of, copyright. Not audio. YouTube's very good at audio, but intellectual copyright. Like this YuGiOh logo I'm using right now. This logo I'm using right now for the sake of this video. I don't think they'll be probably too happy about that, but it's Konami feels a lot of stuff like, I guess, the video clips, or I guess the images being used a lot. That's a thing they don't like. They don't like it at all. But it takes too long for Konami to sift through all the videos. It takes too long for Konami to look through everything and go, boom, copyright strike that, boom, and they don't do it. They just don't do it. It would take forever. So they kind of turn a blind eye to that, as it was explained to me. But as far as YouTubers, yes, Konami knows YouTubers. Each Konami employee has their own YouTubers they like, YouTubers they didn't like. And no, please don't ask me, hey V, which one? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if they all love me. I don't care if they all hate me. I'm just explaining to you what I was told. But as far as YouTubers, Konami, they have the YouTubers they like, the YouTubers. He said YouTubers, by the way. I didn't say YouTubers. Okay? I said content creators. And then they came back at me, and she said YouTubers, and I was like, that's the magic word. But they don't like the ones that slander. I think that's a common consensus amongst Konami employees. They just don't like content creators, YouTubers, that slander things that Konami brings down and tries to bring out straightforward. If you want to report the news that they have, that's fine, but don't report the news and then throw a lie in there. You could throw your speculation in there, but speculation is different from lies. Once again, another thing that was explained to me. I asked about the chat, how there's no chat in the live streams. This person said to me they don't know. They aren't within that department as far as running the media, so they don't know why there's no chat in the live streams. That we can speculate, but unfortunately, not in this video. And then number 6, I asked, is there a better way for players to communicate with Konami? I actually had to go wait a while because he walked away, and then when she came back, I was like, is there a better way for players to communicate with Konami? Because we talk about lack of communication. We address some things, but is there a personal email? Is there a personal Facebook that I can go to Konami and we can have this kind of dialogue with each other about a question I have within the game? No. Just besides the average emails, no. They do get your emails. Okay? People that work at Konami will receive your email. The only question is whether or not you will receive a reply or not. That's it. That is literally the only question. but they do receive them, and they read all emails. Another question I asked is, why is the rules, the judge chess, so horrible? Why is it so bad? That it has things like the 2 field spells, that ruling, priority ruling, and then he explained to me it just got updated, and I'm like, Jesus, really? Is that really your answer? And they said it's a lack of personnel. Konami does not have a huge staff. I'm not sure if I can get the number of employees at Konami. I'm not going. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'd rather not. But there's not a lot of people that work at Konami. Physically work at Konami. And Konami is short-handed, and they all have their projects. They all have their things they're working on. And it's really rare they have a chance to work on a side project. It's really rare they have a chance to go above and beyond and do something else for the community. Without, once again, it's not with going through Konami Tsushi, getting that approval, and then approval being sent back to Oshiji, and then approval coming back. It's a long process, very arduous. And every time they try to do something, either one can easily smack it down, because there's other things that need to be done within this game. Konami doesn't make much money from YuGiOh. Konami Oshiji, Konami Corporation, didn't make much money from YuGiOh. Now, I know what you're going to say. V, I get it. They make money off pachinko machines. No. Konami makes money off sports teams. They endorse and sponsor sports teams, and that's where they make a majority of their money from. Not pachinko machines. My jaw dropped when I heard that, because for years, all of us said fucking pachinko machines. The answer is no. Konami does not make their money from pachinko. It's from sports teams. If anyone Konami is watching, I guess you kind of already know. So listen, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. To the person that gave me this information, seriously, thank you. You helped the community out. A quick, easy conversation between you and me eased a lot of tension. And you're right, people are going to be upset. This video might get a lot of thumbs down. A lot of people are going to be angry. But there's going to be people now who were angry, who are not angry, who understand. And I'm one of them. And I would love it if Konami, if not even on a business level, just on a personal level, hit someone like me up or another content creator up and give answers to a lot of questions. And I have way more questions for Konami. I have way more questions that I would love to ask to find out just why. I don't want to hear everything. I don't want to hear any kind of bad things you do in Konami. I get it. But simple questions that I think the player base, if heard, would ease a lot of tension. And I would love it if Konami could do that. If not reach out in a mass email, if not reach out in a video or a blog or whatever. Contact somebody. I would love it to be me, because I'll ask you questions. But if not, contact another content creator. I know I have a ton of questions I would love to ask Konami. I know the community is very upset about a lot of other things still. But this right here, this stupid 10-minute conversation I had with this individual eased a lot of stress with the community. A lot of questions were answered, in my opinion, like that. And it helped out so much. One of the main was the lack of live streams. The community was in an uproar. And maybe people are still angry right now. Sure. But there are a lot of people right now, including myself, once again, I'm very, very understanding, and I get it. And even though I would love live stream for events, I understand that it's cost a retarded amount of cash to give us that ability to live streams. And I feel more, personally, more appreciative of Konami doing these live streams. I feel more appreciative of Konami doing things that they can't do, or it's very hard for them to do, and they do it for us. And I do appreciate that. I'm not going to sell out Konami. I know I don't want to be endorsed. I kind of want information, but I don't want to be endorsed. But I just want to ask questions, and I would love it if you give me some of your time to ask these questions for the community, because the community has a lot of questions, and none of them are just to troll. I'm not here to troll. I'm not here to get a one-up. I'm just here to ask questions to make this game better for everybody. To at least at the very least have us players understand why you do certain things. Because for the most part, it's the lack of information leads to bad information. And instead of bad information, we just want to hear from you guys. Questions that could help all of us out. like I said, guys, you can watch this video and go, V's full of crap. V didn't talk to nobody at Konami, and that's totally whatever, man. You can become their opinion, but these are what I talked to a person that worked at Konami. These are the answers that are given to me. I appreciate the hell out of these answers, and I would love to talk to anyone at Konami, including the individual I talked to again, about any more questions. It was very helpful, and I feel, like I said, a lot of the player base understands just a little bit more about some of the things that happen, and are not going to be angry as much when we don't get a live stream. I know I won't be anymore, and thank you for that information. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think about any of these. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy V. Guys, have a great day.